It was a story that shocked the nation. A woman kills her best friend and then kidnaps her newborn daughter and tries to pass the baby off as her own child. Well, she pled guilty to the crime. Now the dramatic story has been made into a movie.
I always hung with the phone with an I love you. It was never, see you later. It was like, I'll see you later, love you.
You're so beautiful. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
A tragic end to the case of the mom who disappeared with her newborn baby.
I love you. Just please come home.
Is he being considered as a suspect here?
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Imagine this. A young mother drops her child off at school one crisp morning, newborn in her arms, smiling as she waves goodbye. Hours later, she and her baby vanish without a trace. The city panics. Search parties comb the streets, and her fiance pleads for answers on live TV. But what if the person behind it all was the one she trusted most? Her best friend of 20 years. This isn't just a nightmare. It's the true story of Heidi Broussard, a tale of betrayal, deception, and obsession that ended in tragedy. Stay tuned as we uncover how a lifelong friendship turned deadly, leading to one of the most shocking crimes in recent Texas history. The lifelong bond that started innocently. Heidi Broussard and Megan Fieramusca's story begins like many close friendships at a church camp where they met as teenagers. For 2 decades, they shared life's ups and downs, confiding in each other through joys and heartaches. Heidi often called Megan her bestie on social media, posting about their adventures and milestones. In one heartfelt update during her first pregnancy, Heidi gushed about her friend's support, painting a picture of unbreakable loyalty. They seemed inseparable, the kind of duo that finishes each other's sentences and shares every secret. As adults, their lives intertwined even more. Heidi built a family in Austin, Texas, with her fiance Shane Carey. She was known for her warm personality. Friends and coworkers described her as fun-loving, friendly, and always ready with a hug. At her job in a Buddha restaurant, she was the one who brightened everyone's day, chatting easily with customers and colleagues alike. Megan, living in Houston, stayed connected, visiting often and weaving herself into Heidi's world. But beneath the surface, something darker was brewing in Megan's life. A growing instability that would shatter everything. The deceptive pregnancy and growing suspicions. The plot thickened when Heidi announced her 3rd pregnancy. Excitedly, she shared the news with Megan, who claimed she was pregnant too. They dreamed of their babies arriving on the same day, bonding over due dates and baby names. Heidi's family and friends were thrilled, but Megan's story was a complete fabrication. Police later uncovered an elaborate hoax, fake baby registries, staged announcements, and even props to mimic a growing belly. Why the lie? Investigators believe Megan's obsession stemmed from her own failed relationships and a desperate desire for a child she couldn't have. Heidi gave birth to her daughter, Margot Carey, in November, a healthy baby girl who brought joy to the family. But at the hospital, Megan's behavior raised red flags. She interrupted precious moments, like the newborn's first meeting with her grandfather, acting possessive and odd. One friend noticed Megan clutching a pillow over her stomach, pretending to still be pregnant. That night, despite planning to head back to Houston, Megan stayed at Heidi's apartment. Shane, trusting her completely, even gave her a key to their home, a decision that would haunt him. He later said he never saw that key again, hinting at Megan's calculated moves. Friends and family whispered about Megan's strangeness, but no one suspected the depths of her plan. She hovered around the new mom and baby, her actions blending concern with something more sinister. In hindsight, these were warning signs of a friendship poisoned by envy and delusion. The disappearance that gripped Texas. On a seemingly ordinary morning, Heidi dropped her older child off at Cowan Elementary School in South Austin, baby Margot in tow. She hugged her little one goodbye and drove away, but she never made it home. By that afternoon, alarms blared. Heidi and Margot were missing. Shane reported them gone, and Austin police launched an urgent search. Neighbors recounted seeing Heidi hug Megan outside her apartment before getting into Megan's car with the baby. It seemed innocent at the time, but it was the last sighting of Heidi alive. The community rallied. Shane appeared on local news, his voice breaking as he begged for help. "I don't know why anybody would ever harm or touch these 2 beautiful women," he said, his plea echoing across Texas. Search teams combed parks, rivers, and neighborhoods. Tips flooded in, and more agencies joined the effort. For 8 agonizing days, the state held its breath. Was it a random abduction? A custody dispute? No one imagined the truth lurking in a quiet Houston suburb. As days dragged on, suspicions turned toward those closest to Heidi. Investigators dug into her relationships, uncovering inconsistencies in Megan's story. Meanwhile, Megan's ex-boyfriend Christopher Green played a pivotal role without realizing it. Megan had told him she was pregnant with his child, even though their relationship had ended. They still lived together in a tense arrangement. One day, Christopher came home to find a baby on the bed. Megan claimed it was theirs, named Luna, but he hadn't seen her belly grow, and doubts gnawed at him. The shocking discovery and arrest. The breakthrough came when Christopher, buying baby formula at a Target, spoke with a Texas Ranger in the parking lot. He expressed his unease. "She's been really distant about that stuff. I don't know why." Pressed about the baby's origins, he urged authorities to act. "Sir, is somebody going over to get that baby? If she's capable of this, please go get that baby." His words ignited swift action. Law enforcement descended on Megan's home northwest of Houston. Inside, they found baby Margot, safe but in grave danger from the woman posing as her mother. Megan was detained for hours as warrants were secured. Heidi's fate was far worse. Her body was discovered stuffed in a duffel bag in the trunk of a car parked outside the house. The autopsy revealed a horrifying death, asphyxiation by ligature strangulation using a leash in Megan's hands. The indictment painted a picture of premeditated horror. Megan had lured Heidi under the guise of friendship, killed her, and stolen her child to fulfill her twisted fantasy. Megan was arrested initially for kidnapping and tampering with evidence, later charged with capital murder. The evidence was damning. Witness tips, neighbor accounts, and Christopher's testimony sealed her fate. Defense attorneys later argued about improperly gathered evidence, but the case was ironclad. The aftermath and quest for justice. In the wake of the tragedy, baby Margot, not even a month old, was taken into protective custody by Texas Child Protective Services. Once DNA confirmed her identity, she was reunited with Shane and Heidi's family, a bittersweet moment amid overwhelming grief. Heidi's mother, Tammy, spoke of her daughter's enduring spirit, strong hugs full of love, a fun-loving soul who never gave up on anyone. When I think of her, which is every moment, I ask, what would Heidi say or think? It gives me comfort. The legal proceedings dragged on for over 3 years, culminating in a plea deal. Megan pleaded guilty to murder and was sentenced to 55 years in prison, avoiding the death penalty. The Travis County District Attorney negotiated the terms, bringing some closure to a devastated family. The Lifetime movie and lasting legacy. This case drew national attention and inspired the Lifetime film Stolen Baby, the murder of Heidi Broussard, starring Emily Osment as Megan and Anna Hopkins as Heidi. Part of the Ripped from the Headlines series, it highlights missed red flags and the swift police work that saved Margot, reminding viewers of the dangers hidden in plain sight. Heidi's story remains a cautionary tale of trust, mental health, and life's fragility. Her family keeps her memory alive by raising Margot with stories of her mother's love. If this story gripped you, hit like and subscribe for more shocking true crime deep dives. What do you think drove Megan to such extremes? Share your thoughts in the comments and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload.